Over 3 centuries ago, our forefathers in Virginia and Massachusetts, far from home, in a lonely wilderness, set aside a time of thanksgiving. On an appointed day, they gave reverent thanks for their safety, for the health of their children, for the fertility of their fields, and for the love which bound them together and the faith which united them with their God. So too, when the colonies achieved their independence, our first president, in the first year of his administration, proclaimed November 26, 1789, as a, quote, public day of thanksgiving and prayer, to be observed by acknowledging with grateful hearts the many and signal favors of Almighty God, and called upon the people of the new republic to beseech him to pardon our national and other transgressions, to promote the knowledge and practice of true religion and virtue, and generally to grant upon all mankind such a degree of temporal prosperity as he alone knows to be best. And so too, in the midst of America's tragic Civil War, President Lincoln proclaimed the last Thursday of November, 1863, as a day to renew our gratitude for America's fertile fields, and for the national strength and vigor, and for the singular deliverances and blessings given to us by God. Much time has passed since the first colonists came to the rocky shores and dark forests of an unknown continent. Much time since Washington led a young people on the experience of nationhood. Much time since President Lincoln saw the American nation through the ordeal of a fraternal war. And in the years since, our population, our plenty, and our power has grown apace. Today we are a nation 2 million souls strong, stretching from coast to coast, on into the Pacific, and north up to the Arctic. A nation enjoying the fruits of an ever-expanding agriculture and industry, and achieving standards of living unknown in previous history. We give our humble thanks for this. Yet as power has grown, so has our peril. Today we give thanks most of all for the ideals of honor and faith that we inherited from our forefathers, for the decency of purpose, the steadfastness of resolve, and the strength of will, for the courage and the humility which they possessed and which we must seek every day to emulate. We express our gratitude, but we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Let us therefore proclaim our gratitude to God's providence for his manifold blessings. Let us humbly be thankful for inherited ideals, and let us resolve to share those blessings and those ideals with our fellow human beings throughout the world. That was John F. Kennedy's final Thanksgiving address to the nation, given in November 1963, shortly before his life was taken in Dallas. Now, John Kennedy had Ted Sorensen. He had one of the greatest speechwriters in presidential history. I'm not going to try and top what Ted Sorensen and John Kennedy wrote those many years ago. I just have one thing I want to add to those thoughts. Tomorrow, many of us are going to be gathering around tables and offering thanks to God for his many blessings that he's rained down upon us. We live in very turbulent times, and so any opportunity to express thankfulness should be embraced. As I said in a sermon a couple of weeks ago, Thanksgiving is very therapeutic in that it takes our minds off of all the things we have to worry about and puts our focus on all the things we have to be thankful for. And doing so brings peace and calmness and great tranquility in a very turbulent world. That being said, there are people who will gather with loved ones tomorrow, or maybe they will sit and eat a meal in solitude, but they will do so without Christ in their lives. And they will gather around the dinner table worried about tomorrow, worried about the troubles that this world has and how troubles seem to creep closer and closer to their front door. And they will sit around a table with no hope because they have no Christ to give them confidence and peace and assurance in these difficult days. And they will have nothing to hold on to except for anxiety and fear and worry about the unknown. So my prayer tonight is for those who are in that sad state. And my prayer tonight is for those who are in that position to come to know Christ and the power of his rising, to share in his sufferings and to conform to his death. Philippians 3 verse 10. And I pray that all of those who do know Christ, all of us who have confidence and have hope, Not only are we thankful for that peace that brings us, but also that we're mindful for those who don't have it. And I pray, therefore, that we can spend this upcoming holiday season doing our best to be a beacon and a light to attract those who are presently without hope in this world, to show them Jesus Christ, to bring them the gospel, and to help them find their way into the kingdom of the Messiah. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great holiday season and an upcoming wonderful new year, God willing.